Hey guys, it's your boy Roy, and this is the last part of God of War Pain Run. It has been quite the journey, and the final segment is really easy. It's just a sort of like a memorial lane, and we get all the enemies one last time, at least most of them, and they get their time to shine. I think they have less HP. It's just a nice little romp before the finish. I don't think I even died here. This was all my first attempt, I believe. It's a weird thing looking at this video. One thing I've learned from this series, like this is the first time I've really done a run like this and commentated over it, and I'm still learning a bit how to do this again, because with Metal Gear Rising was the only other time I made a quote-unquote guide for something, and then I recorded and edited every chapter right after it, after the last one. And with this game, I did it, basically I just did recording sprints, and now I'm still catching up. And for me, recording is, like, I need to be in the mood for it, because these chapters were really long. So sometimes one voiceover would be like an hour and a half. So, like, this chapter that I'm recording now, I think I beat it nearly a month ago. And I'm only now recording the voiceover, so that's inexcusable. I really need to find a different way to do that. The other run that I had, and I've already recorded it, I was originally intending to do a voiceover for that as well. I'm not going to, because that run is nearly 2 months old now, and that's Devil's Third, so I'm just going to upload that normally. Get some videos in. And that's it. Like, this run has been enormously entertaining, but also enormously painful and disappointing and annoying. It showcased that God of War is a game about efficiency. It also showcased that I do not like to read comments at times, as much as I like to say that I do and that I love reading them. But that sometimes I forget what some things are said in previous comments, and then I think like, oh yeah, that was a tip he gave on something in the future. I apologize. But I do have to say that No Upgrade Run and Pain Run has taught me new love for God of War. After this Pain Run was completed, I actually really wanted to play it again, and I actually did. I think I did the entire first chapter again, just to fiddle around. And there's just something about the way this game handles, the way it works, that just sits very nicely with me. Am I gonna do the same for God of War 2? I don't know, maybe. I'll probably first play some games that are a bit shorter in length. God of War 2 isn't that long though, but I'm just not that good at it, and I still want to play some other titles as well. Who knows, it might be Metal Gear Rising, it might be this. I also want to do some more live commentary stuff. It's supposed to be fun, and that's something that this run has been, but the recording of voices and stuff for me has sometimes been a bit tiring, so I just need to figure it out. And yeah, really curious to see what the future will hold. Sometimes during recording of this entire run, because this was the first real run my channel had, the new channel. This was the beginning of the new channel. Okay, we got Pain Run on God of War. It's the first thing that I put up. Like, compared to my previous channel, which was completely focused on Metal Gear Rising most of the time, this one seems to be a God of War channel. And that's not the case, because God of War is far from my specialty. So I'm really going to try and focus on bringing back all my old Metal Gear Rising content. Okay, it's also got Vanquish stuff. That helps. And some Neo. I want to get back into Neo, get that challenge run going. See how that goes. That would be entertaining. Just slam dunk. I'm going to miss that song. Every time I see it, I was like, it's so satisfying. Get your face in the ground. Yeah. I love that. It's just really entertaining to play. Will I dive into God of War 2? I don't know. I really don't know. Every time I play it, it feels perfect. But there's something maybe about the areas that don't sit well with me or something. I don't know. Maybe I haven't even been in it on the highest difficulty setting yet. So first I got to do that. And I'm also planning on playing God of War 3, because I've never really played it outside of like really badly. And even though people hate it, I still really want to try out Ascension. Just play it casually. I know, filthy casual and stuff like that, but hey, we're getting older. At least I'm not complaining about, oh, this game is difficult, I need to learn the pattern, as much as I see people do these days. It's really disappointing. The reason I'm a bit sad, I'm not sad, is I just read a topic on Neo that people were complaining like, oh, this latest DLC is bullshit and enemies are bullshit and I don't want to learn the patterns, I just want to beat the enemies into the ground, the game is boring, blah, blah, blah. Why are you even playing this type of game then? Like, if you don't want to be challenged, if you don't want to know how the enemies work, if you just want to mash buttons, then go play Diablo. Go play, I mean Diablo 2, the action, or 3, like the ones that don't take any ounce of skill, just need building. I fuck up some stuff. Like Diablo 1, that's a man's game. Diablo 1, that's a man's game. And yeah, and I'm also still a bit unsure about the channel sometimes. Like, how do I do it? How am I gonna, what type of content do I want to upload? Is it just gonna be a random channel with random stuff? I'm not planning on being successful, obviously, because I don't want to, because then I can't make social justice warrior crap jokes and sexist jokes and everything in between. But yeah, I'm not sure, like, what am I gonna do? There's some stuff on my PlayStation. I actually browsed through it because I had a lot of movie clips on it. I was like, I could upload some of those. Like, don't know what it does. People want to see it, but maybe we should just lay the focus on more like what I want to put on my channel than what is the main focus of what people are doing today. Like, everybody's doing like mainstream live streams and videos like, hey, it's your boy Raeng, today we're gonna talk about, which I hate so much, and I can't believe I'm actually doing that to you guys right now. So yeah, well, this is strangely weird voiceover. Then again, they all were. I mean, one of them was just me talking about games and situations in certain games that I hated, which for Neo is probably the half the frickin' game, especially Region 2. Holy shit. Though I do have to commend the game. I've been playing a lot of the Abyss mode, which is sort of Bloody Palace. Really fun, entertaining, love it. Really enjoying that little segment. Now, I'm clearly going to talk about the boss, because I'm not going to be voiceovering it. One, the entire fight is over 30 minutes long, and my throat would kill me. Two, I just want to show the fight in its pure glory, because I also want to be able to look back at the fight and be like, yeah, that's how it went. So I'm quickly going to note a couple of things for those who want to attempt this, so I can explain some stuff to you. The two things that killed me the most were, actually it's three things, is his spider legs in the back. Sometimes he will do a parry, and the parry will hit you, and the parry animation will hit you, and then he'll hit you with the spider legs, which will kill you. Generally, what I've just found is try to be as careful as possible. Like, the fight's long enough as it is. You can take a couple of risks, but just don't press your luck. At certain instances, eventually he goes into a certain pattern, meaning if you hit him, I believe it's 3 times, he will do a parry on the third hit. So, that's if he blocks, and if you hit his block 3 times, then he'll do a parry. So you can actually anticipate it sometimes. On the other hand, you also have the hammer time. Hammer time used the Artemis blade. That's a nice little glitch. You can sort of glitch out the game there. If you go back and forth between the door, eventually the game kills you. I really like that one. Like, if the game doesn't know where to load you, so you just die. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, hammer time, use the Artemis blade. You can just switch to it. The animation has iframes. The trick to the fight is really knowing when he's gonna do hammer time, because it's in fixed moments, and in his final phase he will do it randomly, I believe. The part that was hardest for me though was his fireball motions. The fireball, he throws it in sort of a weird way. Everybody has their own way of dodging it. For me, I rolled in a sort of the shape of an 8. For me, that was the most safe. Some people roll into a square. Some guys just stand in one spot and run in circles, which screws up his AI. find what works for you. I really recommend you practice this fight with a full setup so you can just get to the parts you're struggling with and get his moveset down. Because the fight's a long one, and I have gotten to the end multiple times only to die to a stupid mistake due to excitement. Thinking like, oh, I made it, and then I died. I'm like, oh, fuck, why did I even... I screamed a lot, I shouted a lot, I cried, I laughed. But when the God of War fell before my knees, I was going to say between my knees, that's something else. Fell before me on his knees. That was really something. I was really afraid that ending the run and knowing that there's actually 2 more fights after it that I won't be able to do because I'm not going to do the bonus credit for the clones. There was no disappointment. There was just happiness and satisfaction. And this game is really, really great. I never gave it a chance because I was like this Devil May Cry Ninja Gaiden fanboy. But God of War is excellent. So please give it a go. Guys, here is the final fight. I hope you enjoy it as much as I suffered enjoying it. Take care, guys, and I'll see you guys next video, whenever that is, however that is, whatever game that is. Cheers.
Prepare to join your family, Spartan! Is that the best you can do? Why do you resist me, Spartan? Beg for your life, mortals! You are no warrior. Why do you resist me, Spartan? no warrior. Why do you resist me, Spartan? used to kill a mortal, Kratos. Flesh that burns, bones that break. But to break a man's spirit is to truly destroy him. Do you recognize this place, Spartan? The location of your greatest failure? Perhaps there is a chance you can undo the deeds of the past.
The nightmares that had haunted Kratos for the past 10 years had now taken form and substance. His past stood before him.
Kratos! What's happening? Where are we?
By the gods, can this be real?
Ares! There is nothing you can put in my way to stop me! I will save my family!